So the podcast I listened to this week was Taina and the Love of Nostalgia TV. So it talks about um, this Nickelodeon show called Taina. I never watched it when it was on. I think it came out in the 2000s. Maria interviewed Maria Brown, Perez Brown, um, who was a practicing lawyer, and she decided to leave law and work for entertainment, more specifically writing. And she created shows like Gullah Gullah Island and then Taina, with the goal of having more representation in television. So with Gullah Gullah Island, the CEO of Nickelodeon at the time was looking at the programming that they had, and she noticed a lack of a black family. And then she went to their writing room and she proposed this to the team, like, we need more representation, essentially. And Maria pitched her idea of the show that she was thinking of writing with a Latino family living in Puerto Rico. But then she was like, we can change it to a black family living on an island in South Carolina. To have it a culture within a culture, the Gola culture. And then she was able to do Taina. I agreed with, yes, there needs to be more representation, but I think what I'm sitting with is the fact that it's not to a specific culture. It's more of a, like, let's make, and I was on another episode that I listened to on Latino USA when they were talking about Dora the Explorer, of almost I wish I could remember the word, now it's not coming to me, but like they make it like one thing and they mix a bunch of different cultural things instead of like saying like this person is from like Mexico or from the Dominican Republic. So it's more of a like blending all of the Latino culture, Hispanic culture. They kind of did this with Elena of Avalar now. Like I was so excited when I heard that they had a Latina princess. And so I watched a few episodes, and it's very much mixing both like the indigenous culture with like Mexican traditions, but then also European traditions from Spain. And so like you almost lose a sense of a specific culture because they want to gear it towards all like Hispanics or all Latinos. And so I don't agree with that. I think it should be more representative of where young children could see themselves. I know I would appreciate that. They also talked about the Brothers Garcia, which I remember watching that. And I loved it because it was a Mexican family. I could see myself in the sister Lorena. And it was empowering to see myself and my family on television. And I think that there needs to be more of that. Also, the fact that it only lasted 2 seasons. Why is this? You see a lot of shows that are representing different cultures and have POC casts, and they usually don't last. And it's like, why? Is it more of because it's a business decision and there aren't people watching? And so like it leads me to the thing of like the privilege of having cable or access to things. And And is that why we don't have a lot of diversity? So how do we make things more accessible to the populations that they're geared towards so that we can have more representation in entertainment and other aspects of society?